SeaWorld Orlando, we're going to talk about something different. In spring of 2012, we'll be opening TurtleTrek. And TurtleTrek will be a once-in-a-lifetime journey for our guests, alongside a wonderful sea turtle. We're going to put the guests underwater with the animals on an amazing journey, a legendary journey throughout her life. TurtleTrek is best described, I'm going to say a bunch of big words and we'll talk about them later, right? It's best described as a 3D, 360 dome experience. It's the first one on the planet that we're going to be able to project 3D content on the walls and over the guests' heads. It's never been done before. I've seen the testing and the mock-ups. It's really cool. Can't wait for everybody to see it. But it's going to be an amazing way to tell the story of being underwater with these animals. Now let's take a couple steps back and talk about the attraction as a whole. When guests first enter TurtleTrek, the first creatures they're going to meet are actually the manatees. The manatees are very important to the SeaWorld Rescue and Return program. That we care for the animals, we help them, we do return them, and some can't be returned. We have to care for them long term. And manatees and SeaWorld have a long history. These animals also have a long history with our guests. They've been here for a long time. We've had manatee encounters for quite some time, since the 80s. And since then, our guests have made simple changes in their behaviors by what they've learned at Manatee Encounter, which has helped this animal. And so we're going to learn that we can actually make changes in ourselves to help animals out in the wild. The doors are going to open, and our guests will move forward to the next room. In this room, they're going to meet their guide, an educator. And this educator is going to introduce them to the sea turtles, what everybody came to see. The sea turtles also have amazing stories to tell. Actually, they're really unique because they each have their own story. And they each have their own story as how they came to SeaWorld Orlando for us to help them. And since we started helping and rescuing sea turtles, we've released over 1,200. That's a lot of sea turtles. We've done a lot of work ourselves. We don't mind doing all that heavy lifting. But it's really going to be a little bit about what the guests can do to help them. And they're going to learn about one special thing that all these turtles have in common. And that's they all have a legendary journey. This journey they take over many oceans and hundreds of thousands of miles in their lifetime. And our guests are going to enter into the 3D theater to experience this journey for themselves. They're going to go underwater in the 3D dome, sphere theater, and experience the turtles' journey themselves. They're going to experience the beauty, and it's going to be wonderful. There's a shipwreck they get to see, all these cool places. They're also going to meet some other animals underwater, and they're also going to meet some friends. And along the way, they're going to experience all the trials and challenges and the beauty of being in this amazing underwater world. So how does this all work? Well, we're creating a brand new film. It's all CGI, and the content is so rich and so real, it's actually considered hyper-real. It's a new level of movie content that we're creating specifically for this attraction. The images will be so rich and so delicious that the guests are really going to think they're underwater with these amazing animals swimming around. But that's not all. We got all the technologies working behind the scenes. It's going to be amazing. The big change to this attraction, what makes it very personal to our guests, and this is a big move for us, is to become very personalized in these experiences, is that they will actually learn through the turtles' journey and at the end of this film experience and into the post-show experience. It's not really about what SeaWorld can do to help animals. Like I said, we'll do the heavy lifting, no problem. We'd like to do that. But it's really about what the individuals, our guests, you guys, can do as individuals to make a change. And we're going to teach them how to become everyday heroes. So this is a new word that we're using to describe what our guests can do as individuals to make a change. And all those guests around the global ocean, the planet, because everyone comes to Central Florida from all over the world, can take that back. And together we can do simple things to form a global web of global good around the ocean and make a difference.
Can you tell me a little bit about TurtleTrek?
TurtleTrek is going to be the new attraction for 2012 at SeaWorld Orlando, and this attraction will allow our guests to learn about the amazing journey that these sea turtles take. They're going to see live sea turtles in the pre-show areas, and then venture into a brand new Spherion Theater, which is a 3D, 360-degree experience. And it's the world's first. It's never been done before. And what this technology will allow us to do is take the guests on the journey of the sea turtle underwater without getting them wet. They're going to go through some amazing environments. We're creating the film ourselves. It's all original CGI. And it's best classified, I think, or topified as a hyper-real experience. The saturation colors of the film are so rich and so clear. And as soon as we put that content all around you and also up over the entire theater space, we'll be able to have animals like sea turtles swim in from a distance and actually continue overhead of the guests and then continue on. So it's going to be 3D over your head, so it makes it a very immersive solution for telling the story, this amazing story that the sea turtle actually has.
Okay, so you walk into this environment. You're saying this is something brand new. So describe it a little more. It's this dome that you walk in, and are you wearing glasses at the time?
So I'll make it really easy. So pretend you take a globe, you know, like everybody has on their desk. You cut it in half. You set it on your desk, and you shrink down, and you can walk inside of that. That is the theater space, and we'll have 195 guests inside the theater standing. There's lean rails for people to hold on to because we're putting so much content on this sphere that we can actually make people feel like they're actually moving and swimming forward, of course. The theater is so unique that it actually has no front point of view. We actually can change the point of view of the theater during the experience because it's in the round and people actually have to physically turn and move. So I can be watching the main content this direction, but on the back side of me is a whole nother little story taking place with some other secondary animals. So it's a really unique opportunity to fully immerse in what it really feels like to go diving underwater, but more importantly, traveling alongside as a turtle, seeing this world through a turtle point of view and her journey that she takes through many oceans over many, many years, about 22 years.
So you walk into this dome environment, you experience this. Are you wearing glasses to make it 3D?
It is a 3D glass experience, correct.
Okay. Do you feel like, I know circle vision sort of movies in the past have gone around you. Is this a whole new level on that concept?
This is the future of that concept. Putting the content seamlessly. There's no breaks in screens. This is a solid screen that is a dome. Below the floor that you're actually standing on, about 18 inches below where your feet are, the content wraps around. All the way over the guest heads, full circle, is the new part of the technology. Along with that comes what we call 3D audioscape. We have an array and a series of speakers hidden behind the screen that will actually allow us to move the sound specifically in a grid in what's called X, Y, and Z direction. So you can hear it here and you'll actually hear the sound move in front of your face and come around to this ear and then back around as the content is moving around as well. So between those two really new technologies, we're really able to tell what we hope to be the wonderful story of the sea turtle's journey.
Of course, SeaWorld Pictures was recently established. Is there a tie-in between this sea turtle experience and the recent turtle film that hit theaters?
Yeah, the similarity is that we're telling the true story of the sea turtle. They're being done in very different medias. The motion picture was live filmed. Majority of it was all live filmed. This one is all computer generated because we're telling, that was an hour-and-a-half film. We're actually telling a 22-year story in 6 minutes. That's theme park time, you know? You got to be quick about it. So it's going to be action-packed, quick and fast, and as our turtle grows, we'll see ourselves in reflections of things underwater to tell that we're getting older as a turtle and that we're moving on our journey forward, you know, growing up as an adult turtle.
Where's that going in the park?
It's going located at the Manatee Rescue facility. We're able to use some of we have the manatees. They're still part of this attraction because they tell the story that humans can make a positive change and help animals that are in need, which we've done over the past 22 years at Manatee Encounter. But also it'll house the sea turtles as a new exhibit underwater in a pre-show area. I mean, what pre-show do you know of that has live interpretation and a wall of sea turtles? That's going to be incredible, live sea turtles. And then you'll move into the theater space, the third room, if you will. So the overall attraction is 18 minutes. We have the 2 pre-show spaces, and then we have the actual theater. And then when the guests leave, that's when they'll be activated and turned into ordinary heroes. Them themselves will become the heroes and the stewards of the environment through a series of special effects that will be located in our retail facility, and they will instantaneously there make a difference to the good of sea turtles or manatees or our general conservation fund as well.